The headlines. A BBC investigation cast doubt over the Greek authorities' account of a shipwreck in which hundreds are feared to have died. As America's top diplomat visits Beijing, we look at the state of U.S.-China relations. And a senior UK government minister apologizes after a new video shows conservative activists partying during the lockdown in 2020.
Commemorating the day the last enslaved people in the U.S. finally learned they were free. We take a closer look at Juneteenth, America's newest federal holiday. To the U.S., where communities across the country are marking Juneteenth. It's the newest federal holiday commemorating June 19th, 1865. That's the day when Union troops finally reached Galveston, Texas, and announced to over 250,000 enslaved black people who were in Confederate-controlled areas that they were free, the last enslaved people to be told about the Emancipation Proclamation. Juneteenth has mostly been commemorated by African Americans as the symbolic end of slavery, but in 2021, President Biden signed legislation making it a federal holiday.
Switzerland has voted in favor of a government proposal to reach net zero carbon emissions by 2050 in a referendum Sunday evening. 59% of people voted to back the measure, which would mean phasing out the use of fossil fuels. Under the Swiss constitution, policy proposals are often put to a public vote.
This vote is a really important step towards reaching the Paris Agreement. And I think it's really the unique thing about it is that the Swiss people really said, yes, we want to go net zero. We want to quit coal, gas and oil. And we decided on a linear reduction path from 2030 onwards. And we decided also on rapid emission cuts. 3.2 billion will be invested in getting businesses and households on this net zero path.
Funerals have begun to take place for some of the 41 people killed in a terrorist attack at a boarding school in Uganda. The victims, who were mostly teenagers, were hacked, shot, and burned to death on Friday night by militants believed to have come from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Security forces in Austria say they foiled an alleged terror plot to attack its capital, Vienna's LGBTQ Pride parade. The head of Austria's domestic intelligence service told local media that suspects aged 14, 17, and 20 were arrested before Saturday's march and have alleged links to the Islamic State terror group. Well, the Prince of Wales says he wants to make it his mission to end homelessness in the UK and has plans to build social housing on Duchy of Cornwall land that he receives income from. He's made the pledge in an interview with the Sunday Times to mark Father's Day.